Giants football is back, baby. Training camp kicked off a couple days ago. We had day 2 of training camp taking place today, man. And what can I say? Malik Nabers has arrived, and we're not seeing it in the game yet, but we can already see in practice. Malik Nabers is going to be special. He's going to be special. He's going to be electric for the team, and it's given the vibes that we had back when Odell was on the team. And who knows? He's probably going to make every single receiver better on this squad, and let alone iron sharpens iron. You might see him making Deontay Banks better as well, and vice versa, man. So if you're new to the channel, man, subscribe down below. We're talking about all Giants football coming through. And what can I say, y'all? I'm glad Giants football is back. I really am. Listen, normally in the offseason, I like to really speculate on, where can the team improve. But I'll let you know right now, man, I just want to see this team on the field already. That's what I really want to see. I'm tired of the speculation. I'm tired of wondering how this team is going to end up playing and even predicting where they're going to play. And we're still going to do that. Don't get me wrong. I just want Giants football to be back. So I'm glad to even see them practicing out there. First of all, they need to put them pads on. First 2 days of training camp, we haven't seen them with pads yet. They're not doing tackles yet, but just seeing them on the field overall is great to see. If any of you guys are visiting the training camp practices, man, let me know down below how it is, how the vibes are, how you feel about everything overall. And let's talk about the vibes. Now, you do see that the team is already competing at a high intensity level. Sucks to say the first practice, Illuminor went down and he got hit in the ribs by Dex. They don't got pads on, but they're still playing physical. And you saw Dex. Dex is going to probably have multiple broken ribs if he hit me. So for Illuminor just to have bruised ribs, you love to see that, and hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But overall, once again, man, the intensity's up. You love to see that. Daniel Jones, he has some throws that are kind of wobbly, and then he has some accurate throws. I'm not going to critique his play in training camp as of yet. When he's going against, team scrimmages with other teams, like we're going to do that with the Lions, that's when I'll really look to see what I can see out of Daniel Jones and overall. But, we know he's coming back off of that ACL. He looks sharp. He has no restrictions on anything. So I'm excited to see Daniel Jones back. And, once again, whether you love him or hate him, he's our quarterback for this year. If you have been keeping track of the hard knocks that's been dropping, plan B was to get Daniel Jones a weapon and go back to this year. Plan A was to trade it for a quarterback. They weren't able to do so. Plan B, Daniel Jones got his weapon in Malik Nabers. And let's talk about Malik Nabers. That's what we're here for, right? Malik Nabers took over the training camp practice today. Overall, one-on-ones with Deontay Banks. And listen, I played cornerback in high school. I know cornerback is a tough position to play, let alone in the NFL. So one-on-ones is, obviously favored for the wide receiver because you get to do a lot of moves. It's not really a time limit. But Malik Nabers was making some plays that even Deontay Banks covered well. That back shoulder grab that I'll be posting up right now, love to see it. You love the ball placement by DJ, but we're not talking about the throw. We're talking about Malik Nabers making that contested catch and coming down with it. And once again, man, letting Deontay Banks know that I just scored on you. Like, that intensity is what we've been missing. We've been missing that, fire from a guy. So Malik Nabers is looking to bring that. And then even on a couple different one-on-ones, Malik Nabers is doing his thing. And even in a team session, he scored in the end zone as well. Now, a lot of people are torn. Does this mean our defense is bad? Does this mean our offense is good? I don't know what it means. Listen, it's still, training camp with no pads on. We're not going to take too much from it, but you can already tell that Malik Nabers just moves differently than other receivers. You can already see it. So I'm excited to see what the Giants overall come, formulating with Malik Nabers and ultimately utilizing his skill set. And once again, he's going to be the number one guy on this team. There's no question about it. Darius Slayton's been our number one guy for the past couple of years. We got a new number one guy, and he's only going to make Darius Slayton's reps be a lot easier. Jalen Hyatt's reps be a lot easier. Wan'Dale Robinson. Listen, Wan'Dale Robinson's probably going to be lined up with Malik Nabers on one side in the slot. And once again, all the attention is going to be towards Malik Nabers. He's going to make other guys, be focal points in this offense. Malik Nabers is going to get all the touches, and he's going to get mostly all the targets. He has to. He's that dynamic of a player. But also letting other guys, kind of feast in their roles is what I'm excited to see. Out of the running backs so far, we haven't really seen too much. Tyron Tracy and Eric Gray splitting reps for running back too. Once again, we're going to see who's going to win out of that battle. But overall, man, once again, I love to see Giants football being back, and Malik Nabers is a guy that we should be talking about this whole training camp. He's the number one guy. He's going to be the number one wide receiver that we've been missing since we traded away Odell Beckham. He's already showing to have an effect on that. So I'm excited to see what else comes out of it. On the defensive side of the ball, not too much to touch on, realistically. Tyler Nubin didn't practice today because he had cramps the previous day. So they kind of were super cautious on him. Dane Belton's been getting more of the snaps. And I like Belton, but we know Tyler Nubin is going to be taking over that role. So, I want to see Tyler Nubin on that field. And once again, At a linebacker, Deontay Johnson has been splitting reps with Micah McFadden, which is, I'm shocked by it. But we're going to see how it translates onto the field and overall if they continue to do that. So far, from what I've been seeing, he's been looking good. So you might see Micah McFadden split those reps or possibly, lose and start a job. That's what training camp's here for. No job is guaranteed, so we're going to see, what comes out of that. I just want to touch on Allen Robinson. Could be a sleeper on this team to potentially make the team. As you know, we signed Allen Robinson. If you told me that 4 years ago, I would have been super excited because Allen Robinson was a top receiver in the league, top 20, however you want to cut it. He was taking off. But Allen Robinson is a little aged now. He didn't have a great year last year, but he's coming on and hopefully trying to try out for the team. And he could potentially make this team. As a wide receiver, like third on the depth chart, wide receiver, Allen Robinson. You like to see the depth a little bit. And once again, one of the big focal points out of all the training camp, Evan Neal was on the PUP list, so you're not going to see him in the first couple practices. They shifted Illuminor out to right tackle, and people are wondering, are we going to keep with this, current juncture, Illuminor at right tackle? We brought him on, and we all wanted him to be right tackle. We all wanted Evan Neal to shift to guard. For the first move being, let's move Illuminor out to right tackle when they said he was going to get the reps at guard. Something to look at. It's definitely something to look at. And if you give me my pick, I'm putting Illuminor at right tackle. Evan Neal try to work out at guard. And overall, Evan Neal just try to get back. Try to get back healthy. We know what it was these last couple of years. I'm not, sailing the ship on Evan Neal, but listen, Illuminor is a good right tackle. He was good and serviceable last year, and he's with the same offensive line coach. I want to see him at right tackle and give that a shot. I really do. But, whether Joe Shane makes that move, Brian Daboll makes that move, we have yet to see it. And shout out to Brian Daboll, man. Let's talk about that. We're watching Hard Knocks, which is a couple months back, and this man looks like a whole different person. Brian Daboll looked like he shaved like half of his body down, and he's down to, super skinny, in my opinion, compared to what he was. So shout out to Brian Daboll. Once again, putting your health first, and I don't know, necessarily how he got there and what made him do that, but I will say, seeing Brian Daboll do that is what you love to see out of a person. So shout out to Brian Daboll, man. Overall, once again, man, they will be kicking off practice tomorrow as well. So once again, if you're showing up to that, let me know down in the comments, man. And you're going to see more content coming soon. Once again, I was really waiting on football to be back. Hard Knocks is going on the last episode, I believe, or there's 2 more episodes. I believe the last episode is next week. And once again, we know what took place. We know we took Malik Nabers, but let's see what other inside details we get to see, man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. If you haven't said what's up in a while, man, say what's good in the comments down below, man. We'll be going live shortly soon. Once again, football's starting to get back in the groove of it. Giants football is coming back, and I couldn't be more excited, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay blessed. Stay healthy. Peace.